Why you decided that you wanted to do this interview?
From the day of the accident, we were hearing false information and it kind of hurted me, so I wanted to tell the people what really happened.
Okay, so tell me what happened. What do you remember about that morning?
We were driving now and our driver took off. A young girl said that she was cold. He stopped, took off his jacket and gave her and continued on. And we got to this point where there was a tree and then it's like a curve and you have to, that is where the accident happened. You have to be careful there. It was kind of raining a little, not too heavy. And then we looked up and there was a boat. It was kind of tipped up and was coming full speed to us. That was when our driver shouted something to like, "Oh my God."
You said that you wanted to do this interview because you felt that certain things that were being said in the media were not true. What is different that occurred that day from what is being said in the media?
When I heard the story, they said that it was engine malfunction, but that because of the curve and the way that the big boat was coming, tipped upwards, that was what happened. And there's supposed to be two people, a spotter and the driver. There was no spotter. That caused people to think that one of the men had drowned, but that was not the case.
Okay, in the seconds immediately before the accident happened, what were you doing?
I was watching the beauty of the white as the boat was passing, and then the man shouted, "Oh my God," and that was when I saw the boat heading towards us. People were crying. One asked for her bag, where her bag was, and people were, help me, I think I got hurt. And some were quiet. The young man, Ben, was then unconscious. His face was blank, no emotions from his face.
From everything that I've heard, from everything that people have said, you are apparently very brave. You were the only person on that boat who did not suffer any physical injury, and you had the presence of mind to hold Ben, to try to keep him alive, and you also had the presence of mind to try to keep the other students from panicking. How does a 16-year-old get that strength? What kept you calm, and how were you able to do all this?
My mother is a nurse, and it kind of brushed off on me. And if she wasn't a nurse, I don't know what I would have done. And I think that in that accident, God was with us.
How are you holding up mentally and emotionally? I know that you didn't suffer physical injuries, but I know that a good friend of yours died in your arms, and for anybody, even an adult, that would be traumatic. How are you holding up? How are you dealing with it?
From the accident, I think anytime it was retold or retold wrongly, I started to cry, started to shake. And my mother told me that the few nights that we were there with her, I had nightmares and was crying and but I have no idea of what she was telling me.
Is there any final thought about the accident? Anything that you want to share with us that you think is important for people to know?
There was another thing that we were watching, as everybody was talking about it, was the vest, the life vests. For a couple days before, when the couple days into the flood, they let us use the vest, but they were in a bad condition. And most of our students, we are white shirts, so it's not like we don't really want to use them. And I think they should have forced us or give us something, or tell us something that would encourage us to. Like, I don't think anybody would think that something like this would happen to Crooked Tree. On Sunday evening, my mother called my uncle to take us on a boat, and we got on the boat, and I was kind of scared because the waves look unusually rough, and when we passed the accident, I showed my mother where it was, and I was kind of shaking. I don't know how the others will take it, and I really feel for them because I saw it, and I feel away, but I know that they're in more pain than I am. And I am right now. I would like to ask the representative to take initiative and at least pile up some material until the flood is over, so that the villagers can feel more safe